This is the Children's Tablet PC by Rotor, and I've cut the tape so we can get a look inside and see what this tablet is all about. It's a 7-inch tablet, and as described, it is in this tough EVA foam casing. I really like that. It feels firm, but it has a lot of bounce to it. The EVA foam is what makes it perfect for kids because it's shockproof. It's not going to bust if they drop it. The foam handle that's attached to it is great. They can carry it, or as you can see, it doubles as a stand that way, or even behind. There's already, looks like, a screen protector on the screen itself. I can see a line there, so that's protected as well. You have access to everything. Even though there's this foam casing, you've got the volume buttons and an earphone jack here. Looks like power button and 2 different ways to charge it, whichever you prefer. There's a micro USB slot, and it looks like an AC adapter slot. This is the microphone, so you can record videos with either the rear or the front-facing camera. The front-facing camera is only 0.3 megapixel, but the one on the back is 2. The photos are going to be a bit grainy, but for a young kid, they're not bad. The cutout right here on the back, I'm thinking is probably for your speaker, so you can hear everything clearly. So let's turn this on. The tablet runs on a 4.4 Android operating system, or what's known as the Kit Kat. It's quad-core, which is definitely a nice improvement from the standard dual-core that the kids' tablets usually have, and it has a 1.3 gigahertz processor. It's got 8 gigabyte flash memory, but only 512 megabyte of RAM. You can upgrade the memory if you take the tablet out of the foam casing. You can do that if you want to. You're going to have a bit of a struggle getting it out of there, but it can be done. There's a slot on the back. I can't remember which side it's on, but you can put a micro USB card in there. I can't find any specs as to what that can hold, but I'm guessing it's going to be about 32 gig. For a child, the memory that's provided in the tablet is probably good enough because Android games really don't take up much space. And I mean, if you're looking at a teenager who will read books and be online and listen to music all at once, then you may want to add some more memory to that. So let's just unlock that, turn it on. Looks like your typical Android tablet. The 512 RAM isn't much, so I would avoid installing any app that's going to run continuously in the background, but the quad core that this has definitely is going to help that situation. And again, Android is designed to take care of the memory that it needs, and it will actually shut down some of the running programs to make room. So again, I think 512 megabyte is definitely sufficient for a kid. The tablet does have Wi-Fi, but it doesn't have Bluetooth, but again, I think sufficient for a child. I don't really see a child attempting to pair wireless headphones or anything like that, so I think 512 is definitely good enough. The screen looks a little dim, but it looks good. So once it's on, you have a clock here. You know, you've got your typical home and back buttons, your volume buttons. It does come installed with a few games and some apps. It's preloaded with a set of online applications and lots of pre-approved content with this kiddos that's installed on here. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah. the Kiddos app is parental controlled. It's installed and it allows your kids to safely and easily explore the web like never before, and new websites, videos, and games are added on a regular basis, so you're always getting new content all the time. The Kiddos parental control account is parent only, password protected, so it allows you to manage and customize what your child can and cannot see. So it looks pretty good, pretty typical Android app here. So let's check out the Kiddos. So the Kiddos, as it says, huge library of kids content, which is great. And then here's where your parent, the parent of the child, can set up their account to ensure that they are controlling what their kids can and cannot view. And to get out of that, we just the stand definitely is not made to sit up this way. So let's get out of that and we hit the home button and we can turn it back this way. It's got the settings and everything here so you can turn the Wi-Fi on and off. So let's turn that on, and it's going to search for all the networks. I'm going to go ahead and choose the one that's open and connect it, and then we'll click the home button. I'm not really sure I like the background that they've chosen for this. It's really bright on one side and really dull on the other, so that would be something I would probably change real quick. All your settings are going to be here where the gear button is at. You got a calendar, you've got Google Chrome, you've got the camera. Right now it's on front facing, so you're gonna want to switch that around. It's just got a single tap button here. Change it to video. You can change it to, looks like maybe a panoramic type thing. Pretty easy for a child to figure out. I think it's a pretty good tablet. I really like the casing on it. It's gonna ensure that it doesn't get dropped and busted. Overall, with this tablet, I'm thinking 4 out of 5 stars. It does what it's supposed to do. I really like the casing. Although I think the RAM is sufficient, I think they could add a little bit more. And maybe make it a little bit easier to get out of this case, so you can install more memory if you want to, because I did try to do that and it is a bit of a struggle. But overall it's really good. I think it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. I think it's a great way to start your kids off on a tablet. I'm actually going to give this one to my cousin, because her little boy, they have an iPad, and the iPad is too much for him, but they also have a children's tablet and it's not enough for him. So I think this is going to be the perfect in-between for him, and I think he's really going to enjoy it. So obviously the date and time and everything needs to be set up, but overall I think it's a really good tablet.